Good morning. How's it going? Hope y'all are doing well today. All right, we are on Thursday, last day of the week for us. We're going to be playing some more Chrono Trigger. We're in Magus's castle at the moment. We're chasing Ozzy around. He keeps running around like a chicken. Hey, Jeffrey, how's it going? Angels not win. I'm sorry. Are we talking about baseball? We're talking about baseball. That reminds me of that movie. I don't know if y'all remember or not, but I believe it was called Angels in the Outfield. It was a fairly good family movie. All right, so we're going to try to catch Ozzy today and beat him, and then move on to Magus and see what happens. If you are new to the channel, I am usually live Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's Eastern Time. So we'll be back with Final Fantasy VIII on Monday. WWE SmackDown tomorrow night, Friday. I don't even know who's still wrestling anymore. I haven't watched wrestling since, high school? I'm not even sure who's still there. I know a bunch of them are doing movies now. So I can't keep track of all the sports. I'm sorry. I'm more of a, when it comes to sports, I'm more of a martial art person. I don't really get into the whole UFC thing. Not saying they're not good fighters or anything. I'm not entertained by UFC. It might as well be WWE. It might as well be wrestling with some punching and some kicking. I mean, they spend most of their time wrestling on the ground, and I have troubles finding that entertaining. I want to see people get kicked in the head, kind of thing, more variety, I guess, when it comes to martial art fighting. But I have been watching a little bit. Is it called Karate Combat? I think is what it's called, something like that. And I couldn't find it on TV, but I did notice that the new Kick platform has a channel for it, and obviously it's not really live. It's pre-recorded or whatever. But I kind of enjoy the fighting in that. So that's kind of my sport thing. Other sports I feel are more fun if you're playing it than if you're watching it. Baseball's okay, but it's so long. You got 9 innings. And, if the game is not going all that well, you're going to be bored to death. Growing up, we used to watch baseball, especially when they did it on the Olympics. And usually what we would do is we would try to come in towards the end and watch from the end. Then my wife and I, we went to a baseball game locally, and we stayed for a little bit, but it got really boring because none of the teams were really all that successful, I guess you could say. And then, pretty much all you could smell is beer and everybody talking loudly and whatnot, which I'm sure some people enjoy, but it just wasn't our thing. So, fishing, I can't watch somebody fish. I'd rather just go fishing. Same thing with golf. I can't watch people golf. I'd rather just go golf, So, football and basketball is not quite as bad because it's not as long as baseball, So, okay, let's play some Chrono Trigger. All right. So yesterday Ozzy went up these stairs. So we're gonna give chase. Eventually he can't run anymore, right? He'll back himself to a wall. Hopefully. NASCAR. The issue I have with NASCAR is very repetitive. They're taking a left turn. Now they're taking another left turn. And another left turn. Oh, they all crashed. I like more of the longer distance winding road kind of racing, not circle. I guess what would you call that? Grand Prix, sort of like they do in Gran Turismo is the game. And then you have a more variety of cars. I want to see Porsche and Ferrari and stuff like that. Uh-oh. They were hiding behind the statue. Get him. They weren't too hard. What about the next group? Oh, we got 3 now. We've added a juggler. Let's do that. Now he's on magic defense, and now we charge him. Boom. Football tackle. Oh, we added some more. Let's see. Here are them. I don't think he has any multiple physical attacks. Only hits the one. Alright, well, we just attack. Treasure. Gotta revive. Let's see. Ah, you thought you'd be sneaky, huh? All right, now this is where we heal. And then we save it. Boom. All right, Ozzy. Wait a minute. Mist robe for the girls. Magic scarf. Third eye, dude. Evasion. Okay, let's go get him. Thy time has come, Ozzy. Har, har, har. I'm sure Sir Magus has already called for reinforcements. Wait until Lavos arrives. I shan't be defeated. No form of attack will break my barrier. Gotta find what works on him. How about a regular attack? Then heal. Aha! Ah ha ha ha. You thought you were smart. Ha 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 ha. Watch where you're aiming. You have to choose the one they want you to. Ha 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 ha. Or are we standing in the right spot? Huh? What was that guy's problem? That Aussie. You must hurry to Magus's place. Why would you put a trap where you would be standing? That's stupid. Guess Aussie is not the most intelligent. One's a safe spot, one is teleporter. All right, here we go. Run! Run! Ha ha ha. I'm not gonna try to say those words. We will save with the emulator. Now the chosen time has come. Exchange this world for... Magus. It's that stupid frog. Kissed any princesses lately? I rather enjoy this form. I oweth it all to you. I have something for you. Ah, the Masamune. I bet you're just dying to use. Black wind begins to blow. Okay, give me your best shot. If you're prepared for the void. Only lightning damage. Aha! You can do that. Only lightning damage. Oh, he wants lightning again. Have Robo do the healing here. Oh, now we switch to water. Bubble Snap probably would be good. Maybe Sword Stream? Does that have water in it? I would think so, yeah. Alright, let's do Bubble Snap. That was better. He didn't change his barrier yet. Dark matter. Could have been worse. Ah, much better. he's gonna use it again. Yeah. Yeah, we'll beat him. Take that, Magus. What have you done to the Masamune? Large-scale energy reaction. Could it be Lavos? Bad timing. Don't wake up on me now. What do you mean? According to my records, Lavos was born here at this precise moment. You fools, I only summoned him. He lives in the inner earth, absorbing the land's power and growing ever stronger. Then my data must be incorrect. What's going on? Impossible. A gate this large should not exist. If you hadn't shown up, an enormous gravity well. Whoa. Chrono. Chrono. Wake up, Chrono. Honey, you'll be late for work. I'd forgotten how beautiful Leene's bells could sound. Chrono, we can't keep sponging off my dad. Go out and get a job. Chrono. Chrono, 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 Chrono. Chrono. Chrono, awake. Miss Ayla, which means where Ayla had strange dream. Went to Mystic Mountains, everyone lied there hurt. I carried back to hut. Magus. Yummy frog for Ayla eat? Perish the thought, lass. By the way, whither the blue-haired one? Only find you there. Blue-haired one more tasty? We have lost him. If Magus didn't create Lavos, then in what era was it born? Lavos? Not worry now. You rest, hurt bad. Chrono, okay now. Ayla busy, look for Laruba village. Fight reptites together, destroy reptites, or we no survive. Kino! What happened? Quiet. Oh no, rest. Northwood burning. Uh-oh. Has less text than they do, so we're gonna keep him. He can beat up on the dinosaurs. Well, I think we found the village. Reptiles take Kino. Reptiles hurt all who fight. What do now? Reptiles follow Ayla. Ayla bad luck. Those who fight kill. Ayla, this is your fault. Look at mess. Reptiles followed you, so village now ruined. Ayla, feel bad. Reptiles strong, they live long time before us. They smart, so we hide. But Ayla say fight together, Ayla still fight. Ayla fight while alive, win and live, lose and die. Rule of life, no change rule. Old man breath, but dead on inside. Ayla, you strong, can make big talk. We know have power. No have power. We fight, gain more power. Ayla, help you. We need Dactyl. Give Dactyl. Need Dactyl. Go to Tyranno Lair. That's Reptide's place. Dangerous. Ayla won't die. Want to live, so go there. Ayla, be okay. Give Dactyl. Okay, go to Dactyl's nest and Keeper will help. Careful, Ayla. Thank you, old man. Didn't even notice me. You disobey, so Reptide's mad. You take care of Ayla. Alright, here we go. Back in here. Knock you out. Ho ho ho. Well, that won't work now that they're over here. Come on, get up there. Surprise! They were hiding in the bush. All right, let's fly. If I'm not mistaken, I think that little red blinking star is actually Lavos, if my memory is correct. Chrono! Thou goest forth alone. I know not thine quest, but a comrade of Crono's is also mine. I will not allow thee to meet thy demise alone. No, Tyranno lair dangerous. Maybe all perish. You desire to perish? I refuse us to be party to yet another demise. Let us proceed, Crono. Ayla have strong friends. Let us proceed to the Tyranno lair. Alright, so skill-wise, Frog, Lucca, and Marle are further along than Robo. Frog's just got one more ability left to learn, and that's basically it for him. And Lucca and Marle are almost there. Chrono's got one more to learn as well. Whereas Robo has several he's got to learn yet. So we're gonna keep Robo in the park. I usually put Frog in because I like Frog. But we're gonna have Robo this time. We got a big bad robot to beat up on dinosaurs. Why not? Alright. Did they ever tell us where we're supposed to be going? I guess we can have a look around, right? So we have... Oh, we just went in a circle. Look at that. A small world after all. So we got that. That's probably where we gotta go. What's this? Unkeep. We'll come back here later. Can't do nothing right now. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anywhere else you can go. The wrong button. I wanted this button. Can't equip her with nothing. Got a power scarf. Probably keep her with the power. She's got a lot to learn. There's the lair. Maybe what we'll need to do. Come up here. Fight the new a little bit more. Get 30 tech points. so that Ayla can get some stronger abilities here. Now we wait for it to rain. Not there. There he is. Alright, let's get him. A Volt Bite, Drill Kick. We win! Oh. I didn't check to see if they're offering new equipment yet. We had that last time. Ew. Dream Gun is new. Green Bow. A feather. Magma hit. Aeon Blade. I think that's all the same. Really just the weapons were new. All right, we got all our new stuff. Woohoo! in the same spots. Hello, I'm talking to you, Mr. Blue Guy. Ouch! Hit him. Anybody have any plans for the weekend? For the weekend? Not much this weekend. I gotta work. We going to the beach in July though. I gotta taking a weekend off there. Same spot. Just the usual weekend stuff. Putting the D&D party up against a boss in a couple sessions. So working on lead up to that. Oh boy. Do we know what the boss is yet? I think I did drill kick before. More or less. She should be getting hers here. So I don't know if you've been watching that series called Stranger Things. But like the last seasons, they kind of, you know, the group was playing D&D. And so there's like a lot of fans that are thinking that there's going to be some kind of connection. Because if you watch the show, spoiler alert for those who haven't, the guy who played their dungeon master he died in the strange world, the other world. And so one of the theories, this is kind of an old theory, I don't know if it's going to come true or not, was that the boss, Vecna, was going to somehow recruit him and make him a lieutenant. And they were basing that idea off of the D&D game. We'll have to see what happens. I haven't even seen a trailer for the newest season, and I think it's supposed to be the last season. My memory's correct. We'll have to see what happens. The same boss they took on at level 2 and lost against, but stronger now because they're level 5. Obviously, D&D uses the FF8 level up rules. Well, that makes sense. You know, if the players can level up and become stronger, why can't the enemies? Would make sense, right? Especially, you know, like main antagonists. That would make sense. Maybe lowly monsters, not too big of a deal. You know, the old school RPG games. I'll use Dragon Quest, for example, the very first Dragon Quest game. Where do you level up? Well, you start off leveling up around town, and then as you get stronger, you increase your radius from the town, and when you get really strong, then you cross the bridge. Don't cross the bridge until you're ready, otherwise you'll be dead, because the stronger monsters are on the other side of the bridge. Seen Stranger Things, as far as I'm concerned, the story was over a long time ago. But you know, they like to draw things out. They do that in a lot of things. Sometimes they would have a great ending, but they want to try to milk it for as much money as possible, like Fast and the Furious. Well, when you leave a young warlock with a big mean patron just itching to burst forth on the mortal plane alone too long, things happen. That's right. And, you know, sometimes... Oh, Falcon Hit is a good one. Sometimes they do like to make good guys bad guys. But on the other token, you know, looking at how Eddie is, you know, sure, Vecna probably can use some of his influence or whatever to make Eddie a bad guy, but I think it would only be temporary. Alright, so she got some abilities here. She's got Rock Throw. Got Charm next. Why can't I go over to the... How come they won't let me look at 2 and 3? That's kind of crazy. I can't go over to Tech 2 and 3, but they have it there. Is that an oopsie in the game? I thought you could go over. Okay. Let's go get our sweet water. I'm not keeping up with the series or anything, but as far as Vecna goes way back in D&D lore. The heroes have been known to cut off their own hand to replace it with Vecna's. Ow. I'm not all up to date on Dungeons and Dragons, so I didn't even really know Vecna was a real Dungeon and Dragons thing. I just thought it was something made up for the show. Wow. Have you seen the Dungeons and Dragons movies? I think didn't they just release like a third one? They were okay. They're designed more to be family movies. I would like to see them do a Dungeons and Dragons movie that is more geared towards like adults. And not as kid friendly. Falcon hits multiple enemies here, but we'll go ahead and use it. I use it a lot on multiple enemies. Won't watch Hasbro crap. Is that who makes it? Any more than I'd watch Disney crap these days. I think what they would need to do, and this is just thoughts coming to mind. If you think back, they bought D&D. Hasbro, that's the company that makes the board games and whatnot, right? Like a toy store kind of thing. Thinking back in the day, like I guess 80s, maybe 90s, they created Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Beastmaster with Mark Singer. And there's some similarities to the two, but apparently Beastmaster technically came out before Conan. But, you know, if they would do something similar to that level with Dungeons and Dragons, it'd probably be a good movie. You know, the problem we have today in Hollywood, first of all, Hollywood is just as corrupt as politicians. Always has been. But that aside, everything is political. And we got to make sure that not everybody is offended. We have to try to make everybody happy. And that sometimes ruins the story. I'm like, just do the story. Just follow the story. Whatever the story says, that's what you do. There's a lot of problems we have today. Yes, we do have a lot of problems. Oh, I should have done Uzi Punch. I forgot. So, you remember me talking about the car salesman the other day? Well, he kept texting me, and I finally replied and kind of shot back at him. Did I delete the message? I might have deleted the message. Nope, I did not delete the message. Okay, so the first message he sent me saying, just wanted to see if you were still in the market for a vehicle. And then later, an hour and a half later, a lady texts me from the same dealership and said, are you available to come in and seeing what we can do for you on your Ford Edge, you know, trading in my Ford Edge that I just got from them not long ago. So this is what I said. Like I said to the salesman the day I met him, I am not in the market for a new vehicle. I have one paid off. The Ford Edge I just bought from you recently, I'm currently paying $300 plus and still owe like $19,000, which I checked later. That's actually incorrect. I'm down to $15,000 now. I do not want an additional payment or a higher one. I do not want to trade. I got interrupted. My wife just sent me a text message. I do not want to trade either car. I know how it works. You value my trade and you offer me $4,000, and then put a sold as sticker on it and sell it for around $20,000. I've seen the cost of used cars and paying for one now. Not to mention trading the Ford Edge that I still owe $19,000 on, which is technically $15,000. I didn't update my mind yet. Will double my debt on a new car, making it around $40,000 and a payment around $400 or $500 a month. Not doing that. I'm having a baby. Medicaid changed their requirements because they privatized it. So it's coming out of pocket. The doctors, you're going to like this. So when I had my other two kids, we did the ultrasounds in the doctor's office. But apparently they don't have an ultrasound tech or don't have enough ultrasound techs. So now they're having people do them in the hospital. Well, here's the catch. If you have it done in the hospital, the insurance won't cover it. If you do it in the doctor's office, the insurance will cover it. So we've had 2 ultrasounds so far, each costing about $800 a pop. That had to come out of pocket because insurance didn't pay for it. Okay, so I explained that to the car dealership, and then I said, then you want to sell me a 20,000 plus vehicle, like 80% of the population, we can't afford it. Lower the cost of your cars and raise the amount for trade-ins, and maybe you'll sell more cars. No offense, I've been through this with multiple dealers and salesmen. My cars are currently in good condition, so I'm going to stick with them. Thank you for your offer, but I'm good. She replied, I understand. Thank you for your feedback. When you are back in the market for a vehicle, please do keep us in mind for a future purchase. Congratulations on your baby. At no point did she say what I said wasn't true. So she basically just confirmed that everything I just said was true, as far as all the numbers and all that goes. That should be illegal. This is the problem with a capitalist nation and free market. You can price gouge all you want. Nobody's going to stop you. Especially if you're a big corporation. There was a situation, though. This is where it tells you how greedy corporations are. This was, I don't know, several months ago? Maybe last year? Gas stations. Okay? As you know, gas is kind of expensive nowadays. But apparently somewhere, I don't remember where, it's been a little while, a gas station decided to lower their prices to try to get more sales. Makes sense, right? You know, if your price is lower than your competitors, more people are going to buy gas from you, right? I don't see anything wrong with it. It's supposed to be a free market country, right? Well, the other gas stations got pissed because they weren't making as much money because they were all going to where it was cheaper. Okay? So my understanding is they sued that gas station and made him raise his prices. What? What happened to free market? What happened to mind your own damn business? If you could price your shit at any price you want, why can't I do the same thing to you? That's the problem we have in this country. Freedom is an illusion in this country. You're only as free as the profit they can make from you. That's it. Okay. Let's fight some more new. Some more new. I wonder why they decided to call it a new. I don't know. I'd be almost tempted to call him Blue since he's blue. You could spell it B-L-U. If you don't want to add the E. Oh, not there. Is he over here fishing? Nope, not fishing. He moved. There he is. The gas wars. Ooh, beast toss. Let's try beast toss. It looked like they were playing monkey in the middle. Look at that, a one hit. Ah! The stations undercut each other, the point of stupidity. There's a lot of stupidity. See, unfortunately, in this country, we don't care what is right and what is wrong. We care about what profits. If we could create something that would better our country, make everybody's lives more comfortable, we wouldn't do it if it didn't profit. And that's sad. And I'll use another example. I'll give you two examples. We'll go with the more depressing, morbid example. There was two guys in history, relatively recent history. Both developed a hydro engine. Save you money on gas or whatever. And it was safe. Mysteriously, both ended up shot to death. I know the first guy was shot, but I don't know any details around it. The second guy, because it was more recent, was gunned down in a shooting in a grocery store. So there was other people that were killed too. But I still find it kind of suspicious that the two people that designed similar engines to save people money and be safer for the environment, but, would cut into certain corporations' profit, mysteriously were gunned down. Conspiracy. Get your aluminum foil. Put it on your head. But it is kind of suspicious, though, that they were both gunned down. I can understand if maybe one was shot, the other one died in a car accident or had a heart attack or something like that. But the fact that they were both shot after creating something that would better humanity. And then another recent story I saw, there was a guy, a veteran. He designed a machine that could turn air into water. So it's about the size of like a commercial generator. So it's a pretty big machine. And he was supplying small communities with free water. He had it federally backed, everything. He did everything he needed to do. So he didn't do anything illegal or nothing. Supplying small communities with free water. And then he started to expand and went to a bigger area. Then somebody vandalized the machine. And he was showing the vandalism. You know, it wasn't like somebody just spray painted, you know, get this out of our town or nothing. Somebody had to have engineering background to do what they did. And so there's no proof of saying who or why, but it's kind of assumed or conspiracy that it's because they didn't want his competition. But he's still doing it, and as far as I know, nobody's killed him yet. You mean a refrigerator? Oh, I guess sorta. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm thinking this is just my mind. You know, air, and water vapors. Maybe it's the same way the clouds make rain. I don't know, but he made it work. And so I'm thinking of that idea. And I'm like, well, how can we expand on that and make it even more efficient? So let's say we could maybe make it a little smaller. Okay. Maybe we can even attach it to your air conditioner so that every house can be built with it. You know, they can run off of each other or whatever. Okay? And it will supply your entire house with water. And everybody has one. You wouldn't need to use lake, pond, river water anymore. So that's more water, less likely to have droughts because of overwater usage. Oh, it's raining again. Well, he's not there. Let's see if he shows up over here. If I can get over there. There he is. Look at that. It would be better for the environment and people wouldn't have to pay for water. You wouldn't have to worry about water contamination as bad. I'm sure you still have some concern about some malfunction in the machine or whatever. But you don't have to worry about somebody contaminating your well or somebody not cleaning the water like they're supposed to in this, you know, city water and whatnot. And it's free. And, you know, I could support water should be free. Everybody's got to have water. Not always the tastiest thing. You know, I don't like drinking water with meals. I want something with flavor. So, you know, tea, juice, all the, you know, the flavored drinks in stores that are bad for you, still got to pay for, but water should be free. Is the way I see it. But that's going to cut on somebody's profit, and they're not going to allow that. All part of the same system. If you take water out of the air in Egypt, then China doesn't get rain on their rice. Let's see. Dune did that, catching the wind and condensing the water in cool caves. Interesting. The other thing they did in Dune is they wore the suits that converted your sweat and your urine into drinkable water. Which, if you think about it, that's pretty damn cool. If, you know, you got to be in the desert or somewhere where you can't get water. You're going to sweat and you have to pee. So to be able to find a way to filtrate that, it might not sound appetizing, but to find a way to filtrate that so that you can survive without having to carry water. That would be perfect for anybody really that's going to be in like in desert area, military, explorers, whatever, you know. All right, we can't do that one no more. Let's do Volt Bite, and we can have him. Oh, he can't do. He's out of magic. Dagnabbit. We need that tech to survive the desert of space for any kind of exploration. Yes. There's a little problem with that, though. You know, they've been talking about, and I don't think they've actually done that, but they were going to do this thing where they send up a bunch of people to live in space. But the catch was, once you left, you could never come back. You would be stuck up there, and you would die up there, and whatnot. I don't know how well that would work out. Especially when I'm gonna say a joke. It's a bad joke. I got it from the internet. And I will explain the situation here and afterwards. But it was this joke. I'm trying to remember how it was worded. What restaurant? Got it from the internet. Must be. It is bad. What restaurants do the killer whales like to go to? And the answer was Five Guys. And apparently Five Guys have started selling subs. That's a very bad joke. If you still haven't figured out what the joke is about, you might remember in the news not long ago, Five Guys got into a makeshift submarine and went down to view the Titanic, and they didn't make it. Bad joke. Obviously, killer whales didn't kill them. But the issue, I feel sorry, you know, it's never a funny or a good thing that somebody dies. Especially young people. You know, the son was 19. He had his whole life ahead. But you had a group of rich guys got into a sub that was cheaply made. That's probably the ironic part. They got into a sub. The guy who made the sub went to a camping equipment store. So all the parts were like assembled by camping equipment at a camping store. He controlled the submarine with a $30 Logitech controller, gaming controller. Now this is an Xbox, but I don't have one of those. A cheap $30 controller. They had no way of getting out of the sub from the inside. Somebody had to open it up from the outside. Okay? I don't think any professional sub is made that way. There's always a hatch that you can get yourself out with. You know? And there has been video footage surfacing where it showed them getting into the sub, and it showed them recording some footage from the Titanic through the porthole. But I believe the verdict was the sub imploded from the pressure. Because we don't really have that much technology nowadays to go that deep. We haven't come up with anything yet. Because we're not as innovative as we used to be. Yeah. So I feel sorry that people died, but at the same time, they were kind of idiots getting in that sub. You literally just went down in a soup can. Why would you? And they paid I think, what was it, $250,000 a head, $200,000 a head, something like that. You paid all that money, and that was the sub you went down in. I'm surprised it made as many dives as it did. That's kind of crazy. But see, a lot of people, conspiracy, are believing this is also technically being used as a distraction. And it wouldn't be the first time that stories and things were used as a distraction. So the other thing that I've seen here recently well, my understanding was there was engineers and whatnot that told them not to do it, that it's not safe. And they were like, we're going to do it anyways. You were just told by professionals not to do it. You know, that's as bad as the person that sees a cliff. And in this case, there's a sign that says, beware cliff, and still walks off. So could you imagine we start sending people into space with the same bullshit? They wouldn't even make it into space. They would burn up in the atmosphere. Walks off 15 times, yeah. But apparently, while everybody has been distracted with the sub-event, one thing that has occurred that people have mentioned so far is how we are now buying fake food. Well, I guess you can't really call it fake. Cloned food. This particular video talked about California. The chicken is not an actual chicken. It's made out of cells that came from a chicken, but it's not an actual chicken. So I don't know about North Carolina. I haven't heard anything, but in California, make sure you read the packaging very well. And I would assume legally they would have to label it as artificial chicken, I guess. Yes. Yes, I remember hearing that. So just know, at some point, you might not be eating what you think you're eating. Wow. See, I didn't know the cost. 5 times the cost of normal meat. To eat an artificial chicken. Now see, this is where where are we going to draw a line? This all goes into the sci-fi bullshit. So we're going to start cloning our meat. Are we going to start cloning people? What about organs. Okay. What is a common issue that people tend to have? Okay. I was in an accident. I need a new organ, liver, heart, whatever. Some of us need new brains. But you have a big list and not enough organs to go around. Okay? If you want to clone our meat, why not clone organs? So that people can survive. Problem is, if they did that, though, like you said, it's going to cost 5 times what the normal cost would be because you got a profit. The cost will go down when they industrialize it, but that's what it costs as the FDA approval. 100% for this meat cloning thing. Are you? I don't know how I feel about it. The person who invented the chicken meat is a heart surgeon who was growing a heart from a patient and thought, I bet I could use this to feed people. I don't know how I feel about it, but I guess we'll just sit back and watch and see how well California deals with it. I don't know. Like, is there a way that we can regrow limbs then? Like a lizard? Cow industry will complain. A lot of things are going to complain. Don't forget about the church. Less greenhouse emissions. We won't be growing food to feed our food. Yeah. You know, it's funny you say that. And we were speaking of chickens. Several years ago, I worked security at a chicken plant. And I learned something very interesting. You know, they put steroids in the chickens, okay? Make them grow or whatever. But to save money, they feed the chickens chicken. So you're potentially eating a chicken that was forced to be a cannibal. A chicken eating chicken. Have they cracked down on that? Well, I know Pilgrim's Chicken Plant, unless they've changed their names a few times, but Pilgrim's Chicken Plant in Sanford, North Carolina, they feed their chickens chicken. So if somebody wants to go investigate and shut them down, go right ahead. It was a crappy job anyways. A crackdown is relative, yes. See, I worked there as a security officer for $8.25 an hour. It's full time though. But the problem is we were only allowed to do maybe 5-10% of what we were hired to do. Okay, so we stand in a guard hut, and the relative security duties was you check employees' IDs when they come in, you log in, you know, all the vendors that come in for the vending machines and contractors and such like that. Then you're supposed to occasionally walk around the parking lot, walk around certain areas of the building. A lot of the building we can go into because of, you know, we just couldn't go into the factory part. Basically, the offices and the break room was basically it. Because you don't want contamination with the food and whatnot. And then walk around through the shipping yard or drive around through the shipping yard. And then they had like a wastewater section. You had to make sure everything was, you know, running and nothing was on fire kind of thing. That was basically the security portion. But we had to do more than that. We had to do shipping's job. We had to log the trucks as they came in. We had to log them when they came out. We had to fill out all these paperwork that was technically already filled out back in shipping. We had to inspect the products inside the trailer. We didn't go in the trailer. They opened the door and we looked to make sure that everything looked okay. Had to take a ton of pictures to prove that everything was okay. And then we had to put the seal on the trailer. I'm like, why couldn't they do all that back in shipping? The only thing we should have done was maybe logged that the truck left and made sure that the seal was on it. That should have been it. But no, we had to do their job for them. We had to be phone operators because the phone operator in the offices, I guess, couldn't do her job. You know, she was getting paid. Not answer the phones. Same thing with HR. Lots of times people would call and we would transfer them to HR and HR wouldn't pick up. So we would have to try to answer questions for them. Like the interesting time was when it snowed. And the only thing the plant did was they put some salt down on a bridge that was on a public road so that the trucks wouldn't end up going off the bridge. But they didn't salt the parking lots. They didn't salt the sidewalks. So it was very dangerous to walk around while we're inspecting these trailers, you know. And then around lunchtime, we started getting calls from daycares. The daycare is canceled because of the weather. Such and such needs to come get her kid. Okay, well, we didn't have contact with the plant worker. So we had to transfer it to HR. And the issue is, you know, if the worker leaves to go get her kid, she gets in trouble for that. They have a point system. But the problem that we had in this particular situation was when HR went to lunch, they chose not to come back because of the snow. So there was nobody in HR. And there was nothing we could do. We just kept transferring the call to HR. It'd go. So, did everybody's job for them for $8.25 an hour. Our supervisor only got $9.25 an hour, so $1 difference. And then they hired some new employees, and one of the new employees apparently was tired of working. So he stole somebody's phone and made a threat to the plant. Plant didn't tell us shit. I'm sitting in the guard hut early morning, just came on duty, and all of a sudden 2 sheriff cars pull up and a Lee County Emergency Services pickup truck. They're like, we're here about the bomb threat. And I'm like, what bomb threat? I don't know anything about a bomb threat. They never even told me. So they go in to do their thing, and I call my supervisor. She was on her way in anyways. She gets there. And then they eventually gave us instructions not to allow anybody in or out of the plant. And they were going to do a fire drill, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they found the person, and the person said he did it because he needed a break. Following day, apparently he got out on bail or whatever, and he calls to see if he still had his job. Shortly after, they decided to contract with the sheriff department to do our job for us since they had us so busy doing everybody else's job. Difference was, whereas the officers are getting $8.25 an hour to do everybody's job for them, the sheriff department was getting $25 an hour to do the job that we should have been doing. We had a new employee waiting for her ride, so she was up by the guard hut, and she was complaining about her pay. Like over $10 an hour. And I'm getting $8.25. I'm like, really? You should be happy with what you got. You know, the other issue is, if you have a criminal record and you find yourself having troubles getting a job, they will hire you at factories. You might not like the job, but they will hire you, no questions asked. One of the guys that drove, we would have live chickens coming and going. They called it, I think they called it live haul or something like that. And when he was doing his interview and all that mess, he said another guy that went in with, you know, he didn't know the guy, but one of the guys in the office that was running for the job apparently was a convicted murderer at some point. So you might have murderers cutting up your chickens. There was another time when the sheriff's department was there. There was an officer in the guard hut. We were just talking. And he was not a uniform officer. I think he was an undercover. Maybe worked with narcotics or something. And an employee came up, showed his ID, and they both stared at each other. And then the employee went and parked. The officer's like, he looks familiar. I'm going to go check him out. So he ran his plate. That employee had pending charges for assault on a government official. So the reason why we were doing everybody's job for them is because most of the employees there were criminals. So they were concerned about their own employees stealing. I don't know. I kind of have this attitude. If you don't trust your employee, why are they there? I've always had that belief. If you don't trust me, why am I working here? If I was a boss and I didn't trust you, I wouldn't hire you. And if I hired you and learned I couldn't trust you, then I would let you go. North Carolina is a privilege to work state. They can let you go for any reason besides, you know, racism and stuff like that, but you got to be able to prove it. So, yeah. You don't want to be robbed, don't hire thieves. That's simple. Why the hell would you... I mean, could you imagine a bank hiring bank robbers? Yeah. Why would they let the security services know? Exactly. You know, and then it was funny if anybody... You would occasionally get cut fingers, you know, as far as accidents go. Somebody would cut themselves or whatever. They would call us. You need to call 911, such and such cut his finger. Okay. Call 911, and 911's asking all kinds of questions. What, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm in the guard hut. They just told me to call 911. And then 911 would get pissed off at you because you're not there and don't have the answers. So I'm like, why have us call 911? You just go ahead and call 911. You're standing there. They're going to ask you all kinds of questions for you to answer. And then we'll just stop by whenever we're not tied up with trucks and we'll do a report. How about that? A lot of fun times in that year and a half at the chicken plant. I had a situation where we had two parking lots. We had the main employee parking lot in behind the guardhouse. And then beside the guardhouse, we had like a visitor parking lot, but some of the employees would park in there. Especially like third shift employees. And so I came in one morning and some third shift employees were leaving. And one backed into the other. So I called 911 and apparently there was some kind of discrepancy on whether the sheriff's department comes to it or state troopers come to it. So I was kind of like, well, whatever. I don't really know what the hell you're talking about, but okay. So state trooper comes out in a Crown Vic, an older Crown Vic. He is definitely what you would call a goober. If anybody's familiar with the word goober. You could tell he did not want to do his job. Let's see how we are here. Oh, he's about to get Luminaire. I like Luminaire. So I was busy dealing with trucks, so he was doing his thing over there. And then when I had free time, I walked over there because I needed information for my report. And he decided to be a little cocky. And he looks at me and he all smiles. He said, "You need to tell your supervisors that they need to repaint this parking lot because I ain't coming out here again." Because the paint was kind of faded on the parking lot. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you tell them? They ain't gonna listen to me. You know, they think they're all hot shit. Why would they listen to $825 an hour officer? You know, they ain't gonna spend the money on this parking lot. And they never did that I'm aware of. Then he said, "Oh, and by the way, if anything happens behind that guardhouse, I can't help you." Telling me that he doesn't have jurisdiction behind the guardhouse, which was the employee parking lot and the plant. The funny part was, even before they contracted the sheriff department to be security, the sheriff department would go to calls all the time behind the guardhouse. So you're telling me that a county officer has more jurisdiction than a state trooper? State troopers have jurisdiction over the entire state. They should have more authority than a county officer or a city officer. It's called he just doesn't want to do his job. He should be let go then. You're that tired of your job. Bye. You know, I understand private property and all that shit. But why is it that sheriff deputies can go right in and a state trooper can't? Something fishy. Something fishy. State can't touch non-state stuff without the local authority. Well, you know, it's the same thing. Several years ago, I lived in a town called Sanford, and the street that I lived on was technically outside city limits, but everything around it was in city limits. How that happened? My only assumption is because we had on the street, in the middle of the street, you had like a rich community. Somebody paid it to be that way. And so what happened was lightning struck somebody's house. And it went up in flames. I think they ended up just about rebuilding the entire house. But the thing was, 2, maybe 3 miles away was a local fire department. But did that fire department come? No, because not in the right district. We had fire departments from out in the country, probably more like 5 to 10 miles away. Why? It's an emergency. There's a fire department right down the damn street. Because of politics, you're not going to come. That doesn't make sense. We need to reassess our emergency services and fix them. It should be whoever is closest. Period. I mean, it's crazy. Now, see, here, where I live, it's all mixed up. Okay, so they must have some kind of an agreement or something. It's the only thing I can think of. I live in a town called Gibsonville. That's right next to Elon. That's right next to Burlington. But I have gone into Elon and see Gibsonville police pull people over in Elon. I have seen Elon police come into Gibsonville. They had a situation where a building was on fire or something. And so Gibsonville police responded, but also Elon police responded. I don't see anything wrong with that. Technically, they're out of each other's jurisdiction because it's different city limit. But I'm assuming there's some kind of agreement or something that they did. Why can't we do that with other emergency services? All work together. Yeah, that's all political, and they probably have agreements and or they deputize their officers so they're all technically deputies. You know, why is it that people's safety, security, and life has to be based off of politics? I'm sorry I can't save your life because I'm from a different jurisdiction. What? Then let's talk about 911. When we were kids, we were taught if there's an emergency, call 911. They will get help to you ASAP. Not anymore, they don't. I've called 911 on 2 occasions. And they told me to call the police department directly. I'm like, that's your job. Why am I doing your job for you? And all this shit is recorded, so it's not like people don't know what's going on. They tell me to call to do their job for them. So what the hell are you getting paid for? And then sometimes you call 911 and it takes them forever to get there. Oh my Lord. I had one incident was a medical assist. Another one was a police required police. The medical, the student was laughing and laughing and laughing really hard. And then he started feeling chest pains. We called 911 3 times. The ambulance finally came in. Was in no hurry, no lights, no sirens, nothing. And they took their sweet time loading him up and getting him out of there. Still no lights or sirens. Another event, we had a drunk guy on campus one time. Called 911. We'll send somebody out there. 15 minutes later, I think it was. There was nobody there. Talked to my supervisor on the phone. He told me to call the police department directly. So I called the police department, and they asked me if I had him detained. I said, he's too angry to detain. But what I should have really said was, I don't have the authority to detain him. I'm a security officer, not a cop. So they said, okay, we'll send somebody out. So it was about 30 minutes since the first call. He was long gone by then, and then the police come in. And there were several police cars, and I walked up to the one, and I'm like, what took you so long? Shift change and briefing. So in Sanford, if you want to rob a bank, and I'm not saying that you should, but if you want to rob a bank, do it around 6 o'clock in the evening because there's no police on the streets. They're doing shift change and briefing. So once again, you can't rely on 911. You can't rely on EMTs. You can't rely on police. Kind of unfortunate. We got to the point where we were told by our supervisor, whenever we had to call for EMS or a police to respond, we timed them. And we wrote down the time on the report that it took them to get there. That's kind of sad. I think we need to fix our stuff. All right, let's use our new spell, Luminaire. Yeah, look at that. Let's see here. Halts all enemies, the boogie. Charm. She does boogie with Robo, and Robo doesn't have enough magic. Alright, well, we'll give him some magic. What does he have? He's got Uzi Punch, which we still haven't used yet. I don't know if it worked, but it was kind of nice to see. All right, let's do the Uzi Punch. All right, I think we're ready to move on now. We're gonna get some sweet water, and we're gonna move on. For one, Chrono can't even learn anything more. He's done. We'll just fly over there. Oh, this is not the right house. Dummy. It's... Alright, let's have a look here. Alright, so he's completely done. He's got a few things to learn. He's got bomb. Area bomb. He's got one more thing to learn. I think they got like 2 more things to learn. He's got 2 to learn, 3 to learn, and done. Save it. Alright, let's go beat up some dinosaurs. Alright, I will be back in a few minutes. Thunder. Fire! Fire, I think, was a little stronger. Piece of... Potion. They're not too hard. And not if she can kill him. He gets to attack multiple times, huh? That's okay. He didn't run away. He didn't even run away. Oh, fuck. What? How are we still moving around? But see, I cast re-raise on two people. Celeste and Terra. Terra died. Celeste did not die until that last move. How are we still playing when they're all dead? The hell is this? Yeah, bitch. Stupid power armor. Okay, that's for me. I got top of the head. Let's try throwing the rock, see what happens. I just got done saying that the rock was useless, but I was going to try to use it to get attention, and I just killed a ghoul by hitting him in the head with it by accident. Wow. should not underestimate the rock anymore. Now that's just my luck. I make it through the door, but I throw it out the damn window above his head. Alive. Whee! We're going for a ride. Spiders! Holy shit, spiders! Ah! Where are we going? Stay back! We need fire. You don't want none of this. I like this spell. Is he still falling? I think he was still falling. Thunder! Fire! Fire, I think, was a little stronger. Piece of... Potion. They're not too hard. And not if she can kill him. All right, I am back. I have got to find a way to reach more viewers. I just looked at my dashboard. I've had 3 views so far today. Most of my recordings, after I'm done being live, it becomes a recording. I get up to maybe 20 or 30 views, and then it kind of sits. Doesn't really grow after that. And I find it hard to believe that only 20 people are interested in the game. Out of the entire world, only 20 people would be interested in Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VIII. I find that hard to believe. It's a matter of YouTube and their algorithm is what I think it is. I don't think it's because of necessarily my failure as an entertainer. I know I'm not the most entertaining. We can always improve regardless. But I've watched videos of playing retro games. One game, I can't remember which game it was, but it was a game that I was streaming as well. And this person had thousands of views. No webcam, no commentary. He just played the game, that was it. No special graphics, no overlays, nothing. Solely just the game. That's it. And he had thousands of views. So I see stuff like that, and I'm like, well, it can't be because I'm boring. Because this person did absolutely nothing but play the game. So he must have done something to make YouTube happy. I don't know. So I've watched videos. Everybody's got their own video and tries to tell you what to do. And some of them, I think, legitimately want to try to help you grow. Others, I think they're just doing that to make themselves grow. Because honestly, how many people do you have trying to grow on YouTube and they see a video that says, hey, the magic way to grow on YouTube, watch right here. Obviously, that's going to get you a ton of views. So some people are just creating those videos to get views themselves. But, pretty much what the average person's telling you to do is to use tags, okay? And apparently, there's two areas you use tags on YouTube. One, there's a box when you edit your info that is specifically labeled tags. And I think you can put up to 500 tags or something like that. So you type your tags in. But then they also tell you to do it again in the description box. And, the descriptions where you can describe, the game or whatever you're doing. Then have all your social media links, your donation link, what music you're playing, whatever. So they tell you to, at the top, put all your hashtags. And as you start typing the hashtag, it actually pulls up a window and you can click on it and see how many people have been viewing those hashtags. So you do that. Then they tell you to make sure you use keywords in the title. So I've been doing that here recently. That's why I have the retro gaming Let's Play thing popped up. Ain't working for me. I'm pretty much the same. Nothing has really changed by doing those things. The other thing they tell you to do is to make a bunch of shorts, because we're at this fad in this time period where everybody likes short clips. To focus on shorts, TikToks, and whatnot. And that's the thing. I mean, playing retro games, I can do clips of battles, maybe some funny moments. I've done some clips with Skyrim and Fallout. But yeah, people are now streaming live on TikTok. You can now download plugins for OBS to make your thing vertical, like YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Problem is it's always going to cut off some of the game, so your view is going to be like this, which most people I know don't really care for that. Yeah, I agree with Valerian. The The vertical view, in my opinion, okay, sure, you can make clips and do that. It's not that big a deal. But the vertical thing is more for, like, we're having a one-on-one conversation. You know, like my webcam frame, basically. We're doing like an interview, or I'm giving you advice, or, you know, stuff like that, which is what you mostly see on TikTok. Now, there are people playing games and putting videos on TikTok, and like I said, going live on TikTok. Some do the vertical frame. Some just leave it the way it is, and it's just smaller, basically. But you can see the entire screen. Can't do that with YouTube Shorts, though. You have to do the vertical screen. My understanding is TikTok has now moved their video length up to 10 minutes long. So you can do 1 minute, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe that might just be with certain authorized creators. I had a message that's saying I could now do it, so. I can't do anything live on TikTok, though, until I have 1,000 followers. I have like 70, I think. So it's going to be a while. I can't even have links on my description where you could you can click and go to like social media and stuff. I can't even have links until I have 1,000 followers on TikTok. That's my biggest complaint with TikTok. The requirements are a bit hefty. I think YouTube's requirements are a bit hefty too, if you ask me. But they did knock the partner. You got 2 tiers of partner, basically, where 500, you can get the first tier. Which 500 is still a lot, in my opinion. Especially if you're a smaller streamer like me. I did make it up to like 135, but now we're back to 131. I don't know what happened with those followers. Maybe they got bored of me and decided to follow somebody else, or maybe they were fake to begin with and YouTube canceled them. That happens sometimes. I've had that happen on Twitch too. There's a ton of bot profiles out there, so you got to be careful. Twitter is full of bots. I get bots following me all the time on Twitter. And you can tell by looking at the profile, there's nothing on it. Why would somebody have a Twitter and have nothing on it? So I can understand maybe like YouTube. Okay, you don't want to post videos, but you want to watch videos. I can understand that. But like on a Twitter, you're going to have something on your profile. You got a Twitter with nothing on it, so you're really not using it much. I guess you can keep up with political banter, and you haven't logged in for a decade at least. On my Twitter feed, it's mostly put your Twitch, YouTube kick link, and share it, and we'll grow together. And you know, it's a lot of those. I have a few gamers posting their videos and whatnot on there, and there's a few political things on there, but I don't really spend a whole lot of time on Twitter. Through a browser. Same with TikTok. I was trying to use Twitter to grow. I would post videos, I'm going live, hashtag, you know, tons of hashtags. And you would get tons of retweets and likes, and then no viewers. And I'm like, okay, well, that's because they're bots. They're not actual people. So I've kind of gotten tired of doing all that mess on Twitter. So I'll like post that I'm live, or I'll post the link for the video, and I don't even bother with hashtags. I'm getting kind of overwhelmed with all that shit. It's like, you gotta do this. We're in a technological age and shit. I should do one thing, and then the software should do the rest for me. Why do I have to put a bunch of tags in 2 spots on YouTube's, and then put keywords in my title? Just let YouTube do it for me. You know, there's no way that there should not be hard for the algorithm or whatever to say, okay, Chrono Trigger. Well, that's a retro game. So we're going to look at retro keywords and all this. And then I don't even have to type in the word retro. I don't understand how it like the platform picks and chooses streamers. And so you can get people who just started streaming and within a week are partnered. Are they doing anything better than you? No. Are they doing anything different than you? No. They're doing the exact same shit you're doing, but somehow the platform chose them over you. Nobody understands it, but there's tons of videos telling you he beat the algorithm and all this bullshit. People who think they understand it don't even understand it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should be a woman. Maybe I should get my wife to stand in front of the camera. I know I'm not the cutest thing in the world. But you know, this is YouTube, not Pornhub, not OnlyFans, YouTube. Same thing with Twitch and Kick. There's a place for things, and you should go to that appropriate place. You don't see me going to McDonald's to buy clothes. An AI monster tuned for profit, and every minute there are hundreds of hours of new video being uploaded. Yeah. I've had people even come up with videos saying the best way to grow your live audience is to not be live. I've had people's advice is go live once or twice a week and then just do a bunch of uploads. Upload. And you'll grow on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. That's what they were saying. I find it's hard to understand why you would grow your live audience by not being live. Kind of contradictory. Just like they were suggesting that you use YouTube to grow on Twitch. Well, if they can watch me on YouTube, why would they go to Twitch? That doesn't really make sense. You know, I'm a consolidate kind of person. I don't want to have chaos and be here and there and everywhere. I want everything right here. That's why I play with a controller. Boom. Everything right here. Mouse and keyboard. I'm like here and I'm trying to reach my fingers to all the buttons and I ain't got time for that. This is all I need here. Everything should be able to be programmable on here. If there's not enough room, then we don't need those controls. Is the way I see it. That's my opinion. Why would they go to Twitch for the toxic community, of course? Well, there's toxic community everywhere. There's bots everywhere. There's spam everywhere. That's why I set it up to where you have to be a subscriber or a follower to chat. And it has cut down on the bots and the spammers a lot. You know, I hate it for people who, you know, maybe don't want to follow right off the bat, but that's how I have it set up. You follow, you don't have to wait a certain time, I don't believe. But it's also in a way to try to grow more followers as well, to be honest with you. You know, I look at it, you know, you have basically different tiers, and each tier should have its own set of benefits. So YouTube doesn't really provide benefits until you are a member. Twitch is, they call it a subscriber on Twitch, which Kick is a clone of Twitch, so it's basically the same. So if you're a subscriber / follower, you don't really have any benefits at all. So I made benefits for you. Basically what I did. To cut back on bots and spammers as well. But so if you're a viewer, your benefit is your viewing. Okay. If you're a follower / subscriber, your benefit is not just viewing, but chatting. Right. And then when you know, if I could offer you memberships, then that's when you get badges and emotes and all that other stuff. That way everybody has some kind of a benefit. Trying to be as fair as possible. I don't know. Maybe if I want to grow, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. What do you think? Should I get rid of me? Just play the game? I can also take away my voice and see if I grow. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do an experiment one day and just do a live stream with no video and no commentary. You know, maybe I'll do like a Friday that I'm not busy. This Friday I can't do it. But do a Friday where I'm not busy and just do a live stream as an experiment with no voice and no webcam, no overlays, nothing. Just the game on the screen. Take my voice away. Oh, you like my voice, do you? Well, it's good to know somebody likes my voice. Just doing it as an experiment. I would still be here Monday through Thursday. Just kind of curious, you know. Sometimes you do got to experiment. And 10-1, I would probably also use it to make a point. You know, like if let's say I did it Friday and I got 100 viewers, I would then come on Monday and I would play part of the stream to say, see, look, I raced myself and now I get all the followers, all the viewers. The whole point of streaming, I understand that maybe some people do walkthroughs so that people can learn how to play the game, or maybe there's like a puzzle or something in the game. I've had difficulties. I've gone back and watched YouTube videos sometimes on how to do things. And that's fine for a recording. But if you're going to be live and you have the capabilities to have a webcam and a microphone and communicate with your viewers and followers, that's kind of the whole point of being live. If you're just wanting to do a walkthrough, I don't see the point in being live. You should just upload it. You know, you're not going to communicate or show your face, you're not having any kind of interaction with your viewers, then it should just be an upload. It shouldn't be live, because that kind of takes away the point of being live. You know, I can understand maybe you don't have a web camera yet. You know, we all start off meager, you know. I first started off, I didn't have a webcam either. And I had a cheap Logitech headset that only had one ear and then the mic. That was it. There was no ear thing on this side at all. So sometimes you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. I don't have the best of equipment. I haven't grown to that point. And at this point, with the number of years I've streamed, I will not spend a fortune to buy newer, better equipment. Because there's no point. I can't afford it. I got a family that I got to take care of. So if I was making money, I could use that money to get better stuff. But until I'm making that kind of money, there's no point in me forking out money I can't afford to do it. Like, eventually I'm going to need a new computer. Or at least update it. You know, it's still got the GTX graphics card. My understanding is there's probably a bunch of them out there that surpasses this one. From what my sister tells me, I can't even play Final Fantasy 16 on my computer. But you can on PlayStation 5, so sad if you're telling me that a PlayStation 5 is better than my computer. But from what I've also heard, you know, if y'all are playing Final Fantasy 16 on PlayStation 5, maybe you can comment to this and tell me if it's true or not. But there's some people complaining that the boss fights are causing their console to overheat. I don't know how true that is. If you are a Final Fantasy 16 player and you have a PlayStation 5, please let us know in the comments down below. Does your PlayStation overheat when battling the bosses? But some people have been complaining of that. So I think there has been history with consoles having overheating problems. That was partially the issue with Xbox 360 in the Red Ring, I believe. It overheated and something melted, and you had to send it in to get it fixed, basically. It's annoying. I still have my Xbox 360, and I can't use it because of the Red Ring. And I don't have the warranty on it anymore, so I'm kind of waiting to where I can buy just the... I got the original 360 with the external hard drive on the top. So I'm just kind of waiting until I can buy just the bottom part and then just put my hard drive in it, and we're good to go. Overheating consoles have been a problem for years, yeah. I think even the original Nintendos overheated sometimes. You slid the cartridge in. I remember they'd get dusty sometimes and you'd have to blow it. You know? They all have personality. Every single one of them. PlayStation 2, the bigger PlayStation 2 that had the disc tray that would come out, it had a problem with its gears where it wouldn't read your disc because I guess it wasn't positioned right or whatever. So that was kind of annoying. And then they released the slim version where you didn't have the tray that came out anymore. The top would just open up. And that was a lot better. That blowing was so bad on those uncoated aluminum content. Not to mention, there was times we had to do the Donatello way of fixing things. If you're familiar with the Ninja Turtles, Donatello was the intelligent one that did he was the scientific inventor and whatnot. So what did he do when something wasn't working? He hit it. Sometimes I have found it actually works. Sometimes. I have had consoles not work, and then I hit it, and then it worked. You be the judge. I've had it before where I've cussed at it, and it worked after I cussed at it. Known as the Fonzarelli. What is that from? Sounds familiar. Made famous in Happy Days. Yes, Fonzie. Let's see. We got one mouth open. Can we open mouths? No, we cannot open them yet. I love calling it percussive maintenance. Yeah, there you go. We kill them with just regular attacks. She can. He can't. They might have done critical hits. There. Still alive, are you? Thanks for bringing our being the main course. It's the apes! Bye-bye. Come on, open it. Ayla. Get back. Ayla, save you. There's a button right there. That method does not appear to be rational. No, it doesn't. Sorry, Ayla. All Kino's fault. No matter. Kino escaped with Laruba villagers. What Ayla do? Put end to this. Kino go to. Kino no come. Ayla dead. Kino new chief of Oka. Ayla. Ayla strong, no lose. Kino understand and show you something. There's a button right here, Ayla. I mean, seriously? Like the thief that, does all this to break into a door and it was unlocked the whole time. Hey, who shut that? I just opened that not long ago. You strong, me weak. Ayla good chief. Which way do we go? All right, let's see what's over here. Oh, more dinosaurs. I don't know anybody in Denton, North Carolina. You can do the boogie woogie. I don't think it'll work. Probably a useless one. Treasure! No! Karma's a bitch. He must be a magic one. Hey, we got a Lapis. Look at that. It's a way to steal. That was a good one. Oh, I see where we are. We're gonna avoid them as much as possible. Now, was the other one a switch too, or was it treasure? We have to know. Because there was two little chests there. Batch number 2. Full tonic. Okay. We're gonna save. I don't like the looks of this. Okay, so it's just invisible monsters. Look at that. Hurt himself. What? That one treasure better be damn good. Paratopper, I think that's a helmet. Go this way? Ah, there's a teleporter somewhere. Oh, the trick to these is to hit the volcanoes with a small physical hit, and it kills its friends. Okay. How do I get in there? But I can help you get that one. You mean can't? There's a portal we're missing somewhere. Down to the next path to the right and then teleport. You mean you can't? Down to the next path to the right and teleport. That's the one I needed to look up, I remember. Alright, so I go down to the next path to the right and then teleport. Go over by it. Okay. Start by it. Okay. Now down, then right. Down and right. Okay, let's try it. It's the second path to the right from the area beside it, where you can see the treasure. You took the first path, restart. The second path to the right from the area beside it. This one? There's a teleporter right there. Straight up. Then straight right. I'm lost now. There's a... We'll just look it up. How about that? This person says, geez, and now that I Googled it, it doesn't even have good loot. All right, let me try it here. I can't see the chat at the moment. It says, at the bottom left chest, go down. I have already told you that I'm over 18 years old, Reddit. I don't know how that matters with Chrono Trigger, but okay. All right, so bottom left treasure here. That'd be the bottom left one then? Bottom left chest. Go down 5 tiles and then to the right towards the hole. I went down 5. Maybe he doesn't mean this chest. Maybe he means the other one. Once I find how to get back to that treasure chest. This is annoying. I don't remember how to get back to that chest. There we go. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Or a miso mail. I'm 30. 23. His defense is 117. It's actually weaker. He's the weakest. Hers is 123, so let's give it to him. Alright. Now we can get rid of this walkthrough here. Well, we got it now. Now it doesn't matter. Just need to get to the front door. Or the stairs. Hey, they have it. Every now and then. At least I could use it, you know? It's hard giving directions over the chat. I will definitely say that. Who can play that game? We'll probably kill it. Yep. Ooh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's save it, and then we'll go. What was this one? Enemy. Okay, how about some lightning? Okay, so that's what we need to do. Hit him with lightning first, and then we can do whatever we want. Alright, center door now open. Oh, you've come back, have you? Let's see how he likes Luminaire. Do they consider it lightning? I would say yes. Oh, look who it is. Oh. Gonna use some ethers here. We're gonna do a save. Azala's in the back. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to fight him. Yeah, I could have just went like this then. Hold it. This is a special place. The great Nesbel was defeated here. Oh, he wasn't. Nesbel was defeated at the other place. You say, oops. We don't have a triple thing for him yet. You're thinking of the crappy Nisbel. This is the great Nisbel. Oh, okay. Hey, man, catch! Oh, look at that hit. Holy shit. 2,000. Ooh, can I charm him and get something? Let's try it. Wouldn't it be nice if he had some badass item? A third eye. That's a pretty good item. That increases evasion. I mean, the Fair Luminaire is a bit of overkill here. Normally you'd be doing lightning too. And yes, you should always charm every boss. I'll keep that in mind. Oh. Good thing we healed. Usually it's at least a tab, sometimes a nice accessory. And they only have the one? I like Luminaire. Only thing is it takes 20 magic points. One item per enemy. It's a shame I don't really have anybody to put it on. He's got it already. Her evasion's already at 75, so she's using the power scar, so she hits harder. He's using the speed belt because he's slow. I mean, even with the speed belt, he's still at 9. Hero medal, so he's got the critical hits. Power glove to increase her power, but her speed's not all that great either. The silver earring to increase her hit points. There's a charm, top accessory Ayla can get to use to increase her chances, but I don't think I ever use it. Huh. You should have other faster accessories for Robo by now. The only thing I've found was speed belts. I got a bandana, but that's the weakest one. You can give him ribbon to make him hit harder, maybe. Power glove to make him hit harder. Or a defender to increase defense. Increases magic, but he's not really a magic user. Do a counter rate. It increases evasion. Can make him auto attack. Speed plus 2 is the only thing we have. I think there's a speed 3 somewhere. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. But I kind of want him to have more speed because he's really slow. Ways to go. Dump the speed tabs on them, yeah. All right, so just like the old time TV series, that's all we got time for. And you'll have to wait till Wednesday to see the boss fight. Because we go up the stairs, and then we got to fight the boss, final boss for this dungeon. So we'll get back to Chrono Trigger on Wednesday. But we'll be live again on Monday with Final Fantasy VIII, both Monday and Tuesday, 9 a.m. Then Chrono Trigger Wednesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. So that's going to do it for the week. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed it, I hope you did. Give us the thumbs up. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.